slow on a blackened frame. My tires kiss what the fire made. Air's in my teeth, smoke in my coat. I kept on riding on a broken road. The town was bent like iron left in rain. Doors hanging loose, windows full of pain. I saw my name in the chimney dust. I kept one eye on the rust and trust. Ashes on Route 9. Ashes on Route 9. I made it out alive. I made it out alive. Ashes on Route 9. Church bell bent in a yard of soap. A porch light dead by a pool of roots. The barber pole was a twisted bone. I heard my past in the shale and stone. The sky hung low like a bruise gone wide. My hands were cracked, but I held that right. No saint come through, no hand from above. Just tank and grit and a little old love. Ashes on Route 9. Ashes on Route 9. I made it out alive. I made it out alive. Ashes on Route 9. Let the miles chew what the fire left behind. If I am bent, it still could stay. I was smoking dust till I found my way. Ashes on Route 9. Ashes on Route 9. I made it out alive. I made it out alive. Ashes on Route 9. Slow through the blackened gate. My back off smoke like it knew the way. Boards fell quiet under my tires. Whole town gone thin, just iron and wire. I had one coat and a pocket of dust, had a scar on my hand and a jar full of rust. The fire my teeth on time. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I kept my engine out of the fire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I rolled on through it, harder than wire. Found a church door, half bitten into a bell on the ground with a mouthful of soot. A mule skeleton in the yard by the well, and a tin cup burned like it learned hell. I saw my shadow in a window frame, looked like a ghost with my own damn name. I had one coat and a pocket of dust, had a scar on my hand and a jar full of rust. The fire took names, left the bones in line, but I kept moving, kept my teeth on time. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I kept my engine out of the fire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I rolled on through it, harder than wire. There was heat in the ground and heat in my chest. Every mile I lost was a mile I kept. If you ask what lived past a burned out day, it was grit in my blood and the road away. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I kept my engine out of the fire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I rolled on through it, harder than wire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. Still rolling slow through the fever and light. Sun cooked dirt to bone, blacktop 100 miles back. We parked the bikes in a ring like a warning and a trap. Engines ticking in the heat, metal skins under the sky. Vultures riding circles up there like they knew somebody might die. Club colors on my back, hand on steel, eyes on the gate. No one crossed that line today, not for pride and not for fate. Dust hung thick as bad news, boots sank salt with every step. You could taste the smoke in it before a single word was left. Say the word and I'll stand. This ground burns, but I can't. One wrong move, one hard stare. We got heaven nowhere near here. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. Touch that line and you get hurt. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. This is our till the sun goes down. I saw his shadow first in the glen he tried to hide. Loose jaw, tied hands, mean grin like a snake with nowhere to slide. My thumb stayed close to cold steel. His crew held their breath and swayed. Then the wind ripped through the flats and the whole damn mesa got made. Say the word and I'll stand. This ground burned, but I can't. One wrong move, one hard stare. We got heaven nowhere near here. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. Touch that line and you get hurt. Circle in the dirt, circle in the circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. This is ours till the sun goes down. No mercy in that noonday glare. No shade, no prayer, no cure. Just a loaded hand and a bloodline rule and a club that holds its shore. Then I laugh, low and dry, like thunder trapped in a can. He looked at the ring of bikes and he knew I was the final man. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, tussle in the dirt. Touch that line and you get hurt. Circle in the dirt, circle in the circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. This is ours till the sun goes down. When the heat let go and the vultures drifted west, we stayed where the dust had settled and let silence do the rest. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. I lived when the sky was pale, tank half full, one bag, one tail. My hands on the wheel, hard and warm. Same old road since I was born. Dust on the hood, salt in my throat, a faded map in a coat I stole. And the miles kept calling my name, like a hymn through a rusted frame. I saw your face in the rearview line, and the horizon split like wine. Take me to the sunset mile, take me where the bad dreams die. Take me slow, let me burn a while. Take me to the sunset mile, sunset mile. At the last stop, neon bled out. The clerk just smiled, he knew my route. He said, boy, you got a storm in your chest. I said, I've been chasing one place, one rest. The harmonica cried from the doorway stone, sounded like a graveyard calling me home. And the miles kept calling my name, like a hymn through a rusted frame. I saw your face in the rearview line, then the horizon split like wine. Take me to the sunset mile, take me where the bad dreams die. Take me slow, let me burn a while. Take me to the sunset mile. be soft, let it be light. Take me to the sunset mountain, take me where the bad dreams die. Take me slow, let me burn a while. Take me to the sunset mountain. Sun baked the lot to glass, bikes in the smoking rain, chrome in the dirt like bone, and nobody said a thing. My hand on the cold steel grip, my boots in the powder clay. The club stood still as snakes, waiting on one wrong say. You could hear that engine tick, you could hear my jaw set tight. Vultures made their circles, black dots in the white highlights. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, no backing down. Club on the line, gun in my hand. Circle tight, we take this land. He came through the glare alone, dust on his cutting face. Talked like he owned the wrist, like he set the rules in place. I said, boy, you missed your mark. He laughed and spat in the sand. Then the whole dead stretch went still, with the heat on every hand. You could hear that engine tick, you could hear that leather creak. One more step and somebody was gonna make the desert speak. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, no backing down. Club on the line, gun in my hand. Circle tight, we take this land. Burn me. The sky went thin. One slow breath, then it all kicked in. A trigger finger, a hard-eyed stare, dust on my tongue, blood in the air. He backed off first, real slow, real wise, and the vultures kept on climbing high. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, no backing down. Club on the line, gun in my hand. Circle tight, we take this. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, till the last man. Vultures above, heat in the sand. Circle tight, we take this land. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, to the last man. Vultures above, heat in the sand. Circle tight, we take this land. I left that house at dawn with a pocket full of scars. Sun on the broken road, salt in my own blood. I wore the weight of night like a knife under my shirt. Every mile said run, every mile said stay. I kept both hands steady and I looked pain in the face. Then the wind hit hard like a judge and a friend. It pulled the past loose, it pulled me through the sand. Right on, right on, I'm gone, leave it all behind. Right on, right on, right on, right on. I'm not the same man, I was built for this road. Right on, right on. Squid by the shoulder, rattlesnake in the ditch. My shadow on the gravel, moving like a blackfish. Engine like a thunder, hollow in my chest. I heard my name fall off somewhere east of death. No chain in the mirror, no hand on my neck, just heat and grit and miles, and a reason to not quit. Then the sky broke wide and the whole world sang. I felt that old hurt shake, I felt it lose its sting. Right on, right on, I'm gone, I'm gone, leave it all behind. Right on, right on, right on, right on. I'm not the same man, I was built for this road. Right on, right on. Let the dust rise, let the fear fade. I've been down low, I've been stripped bare. Still I move forward, still I hold fast. You can bury a man, but you can't bury fire. He came out hard with a scar on his mind and a tank half full of the past he left behind. Leather burned by sun, hands black from the road. Every mile he swore he would shed that load. The town was a bruise, the bars held his name. Every face said stay, every door said pain. But he kicked it over, put the key in the flame, and he rode like thunder to erase the blame. Wind in his chest, dust in his teeth, he leaned real low and he let it all leave. One more line, then the dark broke wide. He heard his own heart say, keep that fire alive. Right on, right on, leave it all behind. Right on, right on, freedom in the wind tonight. Right on, right on, nothing can hold that frame. Right on, right on. He was born for this flame, this flame. Rattles in the heat, mirrors full of ghosts. Every bridge he crossed took a little more hope, but the road kept open like a cut in the sky. And the engine answered with a low living cry. He lost good years to a fist and a lie, lost sleep to the bottles, lost strength asking why. Now the sun hit gold on the chrome and bone. He found a kind of power in riding alone. Wind in his chest, dust in his teeth, he leaned real low and let it all leave. One more line, then the dark broke wide. He heard his own heart say, keep that fire alive. He was born for this flame, this flame. No prayer for the broken, no chain on the wheel, just a long hot ribbon and the truth he could feel. He took every scar and made it a guide. Now the whole wide desert couldn't dim that drive. Right on, right on, leave it all behind. Freedom in the wind tonight. Right on, right on, nothing can hold that frame. Right on. He was born for this flame, this flame. One long bite, one endless flame. Same old pain, not the same. Right on, right on, right on, right on. Slow through a town of black tea, where the church bells bend and the windows learn grief. My engine still called like a dog with a chain. I saw my own shadow walk out of the flame. Was twisted like a spoon in the dirt. The gas pump was melted paint peeled and hurt. I found a gold ring in a fist of cinder, held it in my palm like a cold that remembers. Iron in my lung, dust on my name. I kept my hands steady, I kept my face trained. The road kept calling with its rough old tune, and the smoke on my jacket looked like a black moon. I lived through the fire, I lived through the fire. I'm still riding on, I'm still riding on. Ashes on my tire, ashes on my tire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. A dog on the corner gave me one tired stare. A man in the mirror was already there. I heard the hard wind push nails through the pine, like the whole wide world had forgotten my life. Iron in my lung, dust on my name. I kept my hands steady, I kept my face trained. The road kept calling with its rough old tune, and the smoke on my jacket looked like a black moon. I lived through the fire, I lived through the fire. I'm still riding on, I'm still riding on. Ashes on my tire, ashes on my tire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. If the town was a warning, I heard it too late. If the flame was a judge, I still met my fate. But I'm iron, I'm dust, I'm a scar in the road. I don't ask for mercy, I just carry load. I live through the fire, I live through the fire. I'm still riding on, I'm still riding on. Ashes on my tire, ashes on my tire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. Live through the fire,
I live through the fire.
I'm still riding on, I'm still riding on. Ashes on my tire,
Ashes on my tire.
I'm still riding on, still riding on. I live through the fire, I live through the fire. I'm still riding on, I'm still riding on. Ashes on my tire,
Ashes on my tire.
I'm still riding on, still riding on. Sun cooked the dirt, the bone, Blacktop, windy miles back. We parked the box in a ring, like a warning in a trap. Engines ticking in the heat, metal skins under the sky. Vultures riding circles up there like they knew somebody might die. Club colors on my back and on steel eyes on the gate. No one crossed that line today, not for pride and not for fate. Dust hung thick as bad news, boots sank soft with every step. You could taste the smoke in air before a single word was left. Say the word and I'll stand. This ground burns, but I can. One wrong move, one hard step. We got heaven nowhere near here. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. Touch that line and you get hurt. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. This is ours till the sun goes down. I saw his shadow first, then the glint he tried to hide. Loose jaw, tired hands, mean grin, like a snake with nowhere to slide. My thumb stayed close to cold steel, his crew held their breath and swayed. Then the wind ripped through the flats and the whole damn mesa got made. Say the word and I'll stand. This ground burns, but I can. One wrong move, one hard step. We got heaven nowhere near here. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. Touch that line and you get hurt. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. This is ours till the sun goes down. No mercy in that noonday glare. No shade, no prayer, no cure. Just a loaded hand and a bloodline rule and a club that holds it sure. Then I left low and dry like thunder trapped in a can. He looked at the ring of box and he knew I was the final man. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. Touch that line and you get hurt. Circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt, circle in the dirt. This is ours till the sun goes down. When the heat let go and the vultures drifted west, we stayed where the dust has settled and let silence do the rest. Circle in the dirt. The sky was pale, tank half full, one bag, one tail. My hands on the wheel, hard and warm. Same old road since I was born. Dust on the hood, salt in my throat, a faded map and a coat I stole. And the miles kept calling my name, like a hymn through a rusted frame. I saw your face in the rearview line, and the horizon split like wine. Take me to the sunset mile. Take me where the bad dreams die. Take me slow, let me burn a while. Take me to the sunset mile. At the last stop, neon bled out. The clerk just smiled, he knew my route. He said, boy, you got a storm in your chest. I said, I've been chasing one place, one rest. The harmonica cried from the doorway stone. Sounded like a graveyard calling me home. And the miles kept calling my name, like a hymn through a rusted frame. I saw your face in the rearview line. Then the horizon split like wine. Take me to the sunset mile. Take me where the bad dreams die. Take me slow, let me burn a while. Take me to the sunset mile. I don't need gold. I don't need rain. Just one clean road and your voice again. If I roll past the edge tonight, let it be soft, let it be light. Take me to the sunset mile. Take me where the bad dreams die. Take me slow, let me burn a while. Take me to the sunset mile. I left that shack at dawn with a sack and a scar. Every door I knew had a lock on my heart. The dirt knew my name, the ditch knew my face. I buried my shame in a dead-end place. Then the wind came low like a hand on my back, said keep on moving, don't look at that. I saw that road cut the sky in two, and I swore right there I was born for blue. Run, lone wolf, run. Run to the horizon. Dust in your teeth, fire in your eye. Run, lone wolf, run. walls, but the scars in my skin are the proofs of it all. Hear that iron heart, still kicking like thunder. I don't break, I burn. I don't stop, I go under. Run, lone wolf, run. Run to the horizon. Dust in your teeth, fire in your eyes. Run, lone wolf, run. No chain can hold you. You were made for the wind and the wide open sky. Chain on my chest, but I broke that chain. One busted bag and a tank half full. No more crawling through that wreckage pool. I watch my whole life burn in the mirror glass. Every lie I fed, every hit I passed. Now the road runs black through the bone dry land, and I grip that wheel with a steady hand. Wind in my face, sun on my scars. I hear the miles, I know who you are. Ride on, ride on, ride on, not full. Ride on, ride on, I found my soul. Wind in my face, dust in my vein. Ride on, I break the chain. Mile by mile I learned my name, from the heart's great truth and the heat and pain. No one saved me, no one had to. I made my way through the red hot blue. When the night came down like a rusted blade, I kept my eyes on the line I made. Past the blame and the broken pride, past the ghost that lived on my other side. Wind in my face, sun on my scars. I hear the miles, I know who you are. Ride on, I will not fold. Ride on, I found my soul. Wind in my face, dust in my vein. Ride on, I break the chain. Let him come fast, I already buried my past. Hands on the bars, heart in the flame. I was lost, now I answer my name. Ride on, I will not fold. Ride on, I found my soul. Wind in my face, that shack at dawn, with a sag and a scar. Every door I knew had a log on my heart. The dirt knew my name, the ditch knew my face. I buried my shame in a dead-end place. Then the wind came low like a hand on my back, said keep on moving, don't look at that. I saw that road cut the sky in two, and I swore right there I was born for blue. Run, long move, run, run to the horizon. Dust in your teeth, fire in your eye. Long, long run, no chain can hold you. You were made for the wind and the wide open sky. Like a beast in the dark, I grip that wheel and I tear through the bar. Every mile I pass leaves a pain and dust. Every heartfall day turns my fear to rust. The past still howls from the edge of town, but I don't bend and I don't slow down. Then the wind came low like a hand on my back, said keep on moving, don't look at that. I saw that road cut the sky in two, and I swore right there I was born for blue. Run, long run, run to the horizon. Dust in your teeth, fire in your eyes. Long run, no chain can hold you. You were made for the wind and the wide open sky. I was made of broke down nights and 100 hard falls, but the scars in my skin are the proofs of it all. Hear that iron heart still kicking like thunder. I don't break, I burn, I don't stop, I go under. Long move, run, run to the horizon. Dust in your teeth, fire in your eyes. Long, low run, no chain can hold you. You were made for the wind and the wide open sky. rolling slow through a town of black tea, where the church bells bend and the windows learn greed. My engine still called like a dog with a chain. I saw my own shadow walk out of the flame. The downer was twisted like a spoon in the dirt. The gas pump was melted, the paint peeled and hurt. I found a gold ring in a fist of cinder, held it in my palm like a cold that remembered. Iron in my lung, dust on my name. I kept my hands steady, I kept my face trained. The road kept calling with its rough old tune, and the smoke on my jacket looked like a black moon. I lived through the fire, I lived through the fire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. Ashes on my tires, ashes on my tires. I'm still riding on, still riding on. A dog on the corner gave me one tired stare. A man in the mirror was already there. I heard the hard wind push nails through the pine, like the whole wide world had forgot my line. Iron in my lungs, dust on my name. I kept my hands steady, I kept my face trained. The road kept calling with its rough old tune, and the smoke on my jacket looked like a black moon. I lived through the fire, I lived through the fire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. Ashes on my tire, ashes on my tire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. Yeah, the town was a warning, I heard it too late. If the flame was a judge, I still met my fate. But I'm out, I'm dust, I'm a scar in the road. I don't ask for mercy, I just carry the load. I lived through the fire, I lived through the fire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. Ashes on my tires, ashes on my tires. I'm still riding on, still riding on. I lived through the fire, lived through the fire. I'm still riding on, still riding on. Ashes on my tires, ashes on my tires. I'm still riding on, still riding on. I rode in slow through the blackened gate. My bike coughed smoke like I knew the way. Boys fell quiet under my tire. Whole town gone thin, just iron and wire. I had one coat and Had a scar on my hand and a jaw full of rust. The fire took names, left the bones in the line, but I kept moving, kept my teeth on time. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I kept my engine out of the fire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I rolled on through it, harder than wire. Found a church door, half bitten in two. A bell on the ground with a mouthful of soup. A mule skeleton in the yard by the well, and a tin cup bent like it learned hell. I saw my shadow in a window frame, looked like a ghost with my own damn name. I had one coat and a pocket of dust, had a scar on my hand and a jaw full of rust. The fire took names, left the bones in the line, but I kept moving, kept my teeth on time. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I kept my engine out of the fire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I rode on through it, harder than wire. There was heat in the ground and heat in my chest. Every mile I lost was a mile I kept. If you asked what lived past a burned out day, it was grit in my blood and the road away. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I kept my engine out of fire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. I rode on through it, harder than wire. Ash on iron, ash on iron. Still rolling slow through the fever and light. Sun baked a lot of glass, bags in a smoking rain, chrome in the dirt like bones, and nobody said a thing. My hand on the cold steel grip, my boots in the powder clay. The club stood still as snakes, waiting on one wrong say. You could hear that engine tick, you could hear my jaw set tight. Vultures made their circles, black dots in the white hot light. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, no backing down. Club on the line, gun in my hand. Circle tight, we take this land. He came through the glare alone, dust on his cutting face. Talk like he owned the ridge, like he set the rules in place. I said, boy, you missed your mark. He left and spat in the sand. Then the whole day stretch went still with the heat on every hand. You could hear that engine tick, you could hear that leather creak. One more step and somebody's gonna make the desert speak. Circle tight, hold your ground. first, real slow, real wise, and the vultures kept on climbing high. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, no backing down. Club on the line, gun in my hand. Circle tight, we take this land. Circle tight, hold your ground. Circle tight, till the last man. Vultures above, heat in the sand. Circle tight, we take this land. I rolled in slow on a blackened frame. My tires kiss what the fire remains. Ash in my teeth, smoke in my coat. I kept on riding on a broken road. The town was bent like iron left in rain. Doors hanging loose, windows full of pain. I saw my name in the chimney dust. I kept one eye on the rust and trust. Ashes on Route 9, ashes on Route 9. I made it out alive, I made it out alive. Ashes on Route 9. A church bell bent in a yard of suit. A porch light dead by a pool of roots. The barber pole was a twisted bone. I heard my past in the shale and stone. The sky hung low like a bruise gone wide. My hands were cracked, but I held that ride. No saint come through, no hand from above. Just tank and grit and a little old love. Ashes on Route 9, ashes on Route 9. I made it out alive, I made it out alive. Ashes on Route 9. I told myself, keep the engine kind. Let the miles chew what the fire left behind. If iron bends, it still can stay. I was smoking dust, still I found my way. Ashes on Route 9, ashes on Route 9. I made it out alive, I made it out alive.